In Fair Pay News, submitted by I Love Tiff and Gio. Oh, thank you.
That's very nice of you guys.
Yes. It is very, very nice.
Give it to
Super
them.
nice.
Oh, Tiff and Gio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Double time.
Yuck.
A London firm is now letting its staff set their own salaries.
Okay, $1 million a year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was said.
1.5.
Do you think if you did that, people will take advantage of it?
Yes.
Well, I kind of like their system because what they're doing is they have like a pay transparency policy where they pretty much upload this on some sort of platform where everyone can see, and you get to have people vouch for you. So let's say like
Oh,
if
that's
I
pretty
wanted a
cool.
raise and I say like, oh, you know, I feel like I deserve this much or whatever, then you guys can be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, she deserves it, or like, nah. But everyone sees everything. So
Oh, that's
even
cool.
people that
That's pretty dope. I like that.
I think that's a
Yeah.
bad idea just because there's also office politics and there's people who hate people just because they hate them.
That's true.
So,
No, yeah, and then but then they'll see that everyone sees everything, so it's like super transparent. Even though there are office politics, and then there could be favoritism too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least everyone sees.
So you
everything.
see everybody's comments. If it's like, I want a $20,000 raise, you all weigh in and you'd be like the only person to be like, she sucks. And then I would know you said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's tight.
oh, so you can't lie.
That's pretty cool.
I
think
mean,
it's
you
pretty
can,
cool.
but everyone's gonna know you're lying if it is a lie.
Yeah, but what about conversations outside of?
There's collusion.
Yeah.
Like if me and Tiff were friends, we could be like, hey, let's vote for each other.
Exactly.
And just type in that give each other a good word.
Because kind of like what I've learned about people is just like I feel like if people can get an edge up on something, they'll just do it,
Oh,
whether they're
yeah.
a good or bad person or not.
Yeah, look at
It's
the way I
just-
play games.
Survival of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fittest.
yeah,
I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to win.
yeah.
I think that's the world.
I think it's a pretty cool idea because I feel like a lot of people they inflate their self-worth and they feel like they're really entitled. So I feel like, man, I should be making like 10 G's a month. And then you look up and you're like, oh wait, so the hardest working guy says he should only make this much? I think it helps people evaluate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we are not self-aware.
Yeah, so this company here, it's a London firm, and the company's called Smarkets, which is a
Smart kids.
a betting exchange company. So I guess they exchange bets or something. I don't know. Anyway, the point is here that they're saying that if your team, like their team communicates really well, like they have a great company environment, and so they're saying that this process is probably not going to work if your company already doesn't have that.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So for
It's very
this company,
transient.
it works.
Yeah.
I think if everyone was like in it together, then you could have a really constructive conversation, and then people will kind of like lift each other up. But if I'm just so used to a toxic work environment that not JK, but like throughout my work experience,
Yeah.
everything is always the same. Office politics rules all. Like people don't get upgraded on merit. Yeah, it's kind of like because you kiss ass to the manager, you make them feel good, so they're gonna give you a raise or whatever. But there's other people that are really busting their ass, but they don't socialize, so they don't rise up the
So they're not
ranks.
popular.
They're not
So
popular.
they wouldn't get this.
Yeah, but they're the ones really carrying the company. And I saw that shit and I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, and especially right now in Britain where there's like a lot of disputes over executives' earnings and like gender pay gaps and all this stuff. That's why they decided to implement this new system, and it seems like it's been working so far. So.
If they make like a clear, I guess like, if the company can communicate clearly, if you do these things, this is valuable to us, then you will get a raise, then people don't have to fill in the blanks on their own and be like, you're getting paid more because you're a man. You're getting paid more, like whatever, So for example, if I was a woman and then I felt that something unfair was going on, I would try to look at how much money I made for the company. And I'll be like, look, last year I made $2 fucking million for you guys. All these fuckers didn't make that much, but they're getting more. What's going on? If you need me, pay me more. Like that's my value. But since none of that is spelled out, no one knows. Everyone's just guessing. Well, I spend so much time here, or like I did so many, things. But like, if your work isn't valued by the company, like what your efforts, it doesn't equal dollars or whatever it is, you could just be thinking, I'm putting so much effort in.
Oh, because
you
it's
know?
quantitative and not qualitative.
Yeah, I mean, it could. Yeah, it
Qualitative,
could be
not
that.
quantitative.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this is already in practice, like with the NBA. You know what the top guys make, you know what the bench warmers make, and you also know their field goal percentage, their like how many assists, points they. So like,
Yep.
it's really hard. Like if you're like, I need $100 million a year, and it's like, well, Kobe Bryant, who makes all the points, isn't getting this, and you're like, oh, I should probably shut the hell up because I'm tripping.
And I think, sorry. And I think that's really cool too, because right now we're kind of in like this climate of like everyone should be treated fairly. Like you don't want to oust anyone. Like let's all be PC, let's all be inclusive and stuff. But that's just not practical, and that's just not how the real
not.
world works. You know. So I've heard of like CEOs and stuff that do that are just like, all right, this person deserves more just because they're better, and they kind of get shit for that. But I'm like, no, like you just said it, like there's players that have their stats out there, and you understand because he's better than you, he's
And
getting paid more.
there's a way to
So I feel like-
quantify it too.
Yeah, so
But
I
like
feel
Joe
like-
was saying, if it's not just left up to assumption, but if you're like, okay, this person, like if there's a way to measure their productivity. So even if you're like, wait, how come Tiff's only spending 20 hours a week? I barely see her. But then if you see her output is like crazy high, that's the reason why she doesn't have to be there that much, and she can make this much money.
Because just by owning so many different companies, right? It doesn't matter if you're man, woman, old, young. It's all about output and how much how efficient you are, how much money you make for the company. So I don't understand the whole like, why do people pay women less? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why is there all this stuff? It might be politics. Maybe it's different when it's like a huge publicly traded company, the way, because all of our shit is mom and pop. So for me, all I see is value by individual. You bring in a lot of money for this company, your efforts are good, you also help 10 other people because you're so helpful, whatever. It's like, of course they should get paid more. And most people, like on top, they want to pay people good because they don't want them to
Yeah,
leave.
you wanna
At
keep
the
them.
highest level, if you guys are top performing employees, people will come and poach you. They'll men and male and female. But if you're not getting poached or if people aren't coming up to you, there's a reason why. It's because you suck.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
What are your thoughts on this?
Same. I mean, I think performance speaks volumes, and if it's open up, exactly what you said though, it has to be in a place where your business is ready for that, and people are ready. They're not cutthroat, and they're not like, well, they're not a team anyway. If camaraderie is there, then it'll be fair playing ground. It's an even playing field. But if not, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, it depends on company culture. Because there's people that are raping the company from inside out. Like the CEOs are coming in, jacking. They don't give a damn about the employees. The employees are like, what's in it for me? No one cares about the customers. Everyone's just going in
No one's
to take
invested.
theirs. Yeah. And there are company cultures like that. So if you're in a toxic environment like that, oh man, get
It
the
wouldn't
hell
work.
out.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, it seems like they have a really cool company culture at Smarkets because
Smart kits. It's like smart markets.
yeah,
Smart marketing.
because they have a team of chefs that come in and make lunch every day. They have
What in the
food
fuck?
on
That's
the
cool.
table, video games to keep the staff happy. And
Are they
they're-
taking applications?
No, I was like, yeah, can we?
Hey, we got a ping pong table and a basketball
shooting
thing.
thing.
Yeah. What is that?
You know, huh? Yeah, I love our company. We have I think we have a really great company culture here at JK because we're like family. It's not all business. It's like we actually care about
Yeah,
each other.
sometimes like Bart and Joe beats us up too. It's pretty cool.
Well, I'd never beat you.
Bart just comes in and he fucking spanks me and shit. Damn it! Like, hey man, I know we're a family, but shit.
I was just saying that this is my first time interacting with you all as a group, and I think the company culture is
Oh, thank you very much.
it's very nice. I feel very welcomed and loved.
You don't see the chains underneath the desks.
Yeah, no, I can't leave this chair.
You mean this one?
Send help. Blink twice, send help.
All right, I want to see you suck your own dick.
I'll take yoga and take you up on that offer.
Oh my god, yoga.
I think like
Are we gonna have
throughout.
like company yoga classes?
I thought you were honestly gonna step in.
And suck his dick.
Your timing was just a little off on that one.
He's always back.
That's where you could have used the pause.
That's where you needed to stutter.
I think working through a lot of toxic environments, I just like ask myself, like, why the fuck does the world have to be this way? I think most people just accept it as this is the way it is. All jobs are like this, where there's shitty people and all that. And I was like, nah, dude, it doesn't have to be that way.
A lot of mom and pop seem to fail, in my personal opinion, because of personal ego and pride.
Oh, yeah.
So when, like, for example, there's a friend of mine works at a business right now, and they had somebody come in that was an expert at helping manage like gyms and stuff, right? So they worked at some of the top gyms, has helped reform them and expanded them out. He comes in, and this guy is like, I guess like he's doing really well for himself. So he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna come in, I'll teach you guys how to make this a profiting like business model. And that dude, he came in, they hired him, and they fired him the next day because he said he overstepped his bounds. Because he's saying like you're trying.
He's supposed to be a mentor.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like you're hiring him for his expertise.
So he wanted to be a gym manager and teach them how to expand this out into something bigger and more profitable, because according to them, they were saying that they were just barely getting by. And so he goes, okay, well, this is what you can do. And he's like, you're overstepping your bounds and you're trying to take over my gym. But it's like, you're hiring the gym manager. But
How frustrating.
But that's what happened. And this is a story I just heard the other day. And he goes like, and that's like a big problem that a lot of mom and pops have.
Yeah.
They don't see things beyond themselves and their own identity. So even sometimes when employees have ideas, they go, you're overstepping your bounds. But it's like, you can't, that could be a great idea. You should always listen. And not everybody has that, so.
It's such a different like level of work and world too, on the executive level versus like the employee level. And I think a lot of people just see those numbers like, oh, $500,000, or like you're making $1 million a year. That's a lot of money. It's not fair for the guy that's making 60,000. But take it from me, you do not want to be at that level. That level is full of fucking alien, heartless, crazy, the most nastiest fucking individuals on earth. And it's like, do you really want to work 80 hours and have failed marriages and like, it's not a balanced lifestyle. To me, I'm always like, who's crazy enough to do these kind of jobs? Like, why do you want to be executive? Why the fuck? That's crazy. That's insane.
I think it's a control thing. You know, there's gonna be.
They're the kind of guys that like candles up their asses and that get it lit with a ball gag, and they get smacked because they need to feel submissive. Yeah.
They need to feel something.
Yeah. They're those kind of guys.
I thought you were about to say candlelit dinners. Candle. It went from like a Michelin star restaurant immediately to
To
like
a guy
SNL
upside down
fucking,
with the
ball gag.
Candle in their
The
ass.
scenery changed real quick.